Hi, Redeemer. Welcome to this week's FAQ. The question this week is, what do I do specifically? So I've talked in general about what pastors do, right? We lead at the table, we lead on the ground, we make strategic and theological decisions, and we shepherd people and build relationships and develop leaders and things like that. But specifically, each of the pastors has a different role, especially the guys that are on staff. We have a different focus. So what do I do? And this may take more than 3 minutes, so maybe I'll break it up here. I'll keep an eye on the clock. Some of what I do, you see very regularly, things like this, communicating to the church a lot and preaching. So what I have here is my job description, and I'll read a little bit of it and then describe it, and we'll go through this, right? So number one, vision. Initiate and set the tone for overall vision of the church, including, but not limited to, doctrine, policy, finances, administration, and strategy. So a lot of that is kind of groundwork that's already been laid in the past several years, particularly at the beginning of the church, setting up the statement of faith and a lot of different policies or bylaws, things like that. But now it's ongoing, curating of that and protection and development of that, right? So we've established what the doctrine of the church is. Well, that guides us as we move forward and determine what are we gonna teach on, different sermon series. What books and things like that are we gonna encourage leaders to read? So it's constant cultivation of that doctrine and guarding that. So particularly our top 10 R doctrines, which we have a series online. You can go watch that on the sermon series page, and it goes through the top 10 R doctrines. And then we've hovered around those at different times. But also policy, right? So policy regarding, how we do kids ministry, how we develop leaders. Like I've set the tone and initiated in the development of a lot of that stuff. Now, as the team has grown over the years, I include other people. I'll have Joe or Glenn or some of the other lay pastors contribute to things, or at least, approve them when they're presented as potential policies, finance policies and things like that. And so, there's a team effort behind that. But I'm the one that generally has the responsibility to watch that stuff, initiate it, and make sure that we're doing it. And then strategy, right? So again, I work with the team, and they certainly contribute to and have ideas for strategy. But the point is, it's my job I need to be thinking holistically about the church, both campuses, all the ministries, what needs to happen, touching base with all the staff, and encouraging them and challenging them, and just building a relationship with them and keeping tabs on where things are going. How is this ministry going? And then again, as that grows, that gets tiered and layered also. Like, for example, in Cedar Rapids, Glenn directly oversees our kids. So he is Kelly Hansen's main point of contact. But when I meet with Glenn, we touch base about our kids, right? So there's that. So I've touched on one thing here, right? Vision, and we'll get into other ones in later videos: leadership development, teaching, gatherings, communications, and things like that. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing all week when I'm not in the pulpit, after you hear a few of these, you'll get an idea. So all right, see you later.